Welcome back to my world here on YouTube. I'm your host, Moises Beauchamp. Thank you for being a subscriber. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, that bell, like that you are notified whenever we go live or I upload. Today, we're talking about the top 10 things to know about child sex trafficking. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Alright, give me just a minute so I can open it up. The top 10 things we all should know about child sex trafficking is, number one, is that it happens to American kids on American soil. Some of us think that because we're in America and, you know, America is the great, that it can't happen in America, or it can happen to us. I think it can happen to anybody. Number two is that it does not require travel or any kind of transportation. You feel me? You could just walk off with someone's kid and not need any type of transportation or any particular place. You know what I'm saying? You could take, doesn't matter. You don't need any type of transportation. The third one is, number three, that traffickers, they don't always use violence. They could be the sweetest thing in the world and snatch up your child. So that's something to be aware of. Number four is victims come from all types of background and demographics. Doesn't matter. It could be a little Puerto Rican kid, black, white, Chinese, from Mars. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. It can happen to any type of child from any type of demographic or background. You could be rich, broke. It can happen. You know what I'm saying? Number five is that trafficking is not the same as smuggling. You know what I'm saying? Trafficking is basically like against your will. And smuggling is more, you know what I'm saying, more like of a business deal. You're trying to get from like Mexico to America, you know what I'm saying, and you're being smuggled. So, you know what I mean, that's basically the difference. Number six is that it operates in the open, on the streets, in schools and businesses. It can happen anywhere. And it goes on to like number seven, it says it can happen anywhere. It can happen in rural counties, small towns, big cities. It can happen anywhere. Number eight is that child victims are victims, even when engaging in some sort of criminal behavior like prostitution. You know what I'm saying? They're 9 times out of 10 either brainwashed or made to do this with violence. Number 9 is that victims typically do not they don't see themselves as victims. They, and they refuse to seek help. You know what I'm saying? They don't think that they're victims. Number 10 is that what looks like a choice may actually be against a person's will because of fear of violence or relationships with the trafficker. Sometimes they develop relationships and, you know what I'm saying, they think it's okay. And a lot of times is they're scared to death. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything that you want to add on to that, my dear?
Since today in Cumberland County, it is the first day of school. It's actually the first day. It's been the first day in most areas. And I just don't understand with the school opening up now, you would no dedication. How do you call those things? Like no, it's just more the community doing it than more of other people that know how to do it. Her school per se, I've only seen in the beginning that her school, did a little something, but there's still kids in that school that still wonder about this child. So like, what happens when a child from that school still keep asking you about Dulce? Because that school holds there's a lot of things happening in that school. But and you see a lot of advertisements, newsletters for different things that happen in that school, but you don't see one to where the community can come and talk about maybe possible cameras to be set up in the park due to Dulce's disappearance, and we're about to be a whole year in, and there's also a petition for that out there too. If nobody has signed that petition, there is a petition out there for cameras to be put in the park. I don't know how many signatures are left. I believe Jackie was the one that started that. So if you need any details, just go into the petition. What website would that be?
I'm not sure what the website is, but there is some sort of a petition going around. All I could tell you at this point is to Jackie's group, or contact her, and she'll be able to tell you more than I can at the moment, because I'm not sure about what's up with that petition. But yeah, the main thing is with schools starting right now, I mean, it's to be aware, to be aware, educate yourself, and make sure that your kids, are educated as far as, stranger danger, and, don't trust nobody, and if somebody try to snatch you up, scream as loud as you can. You know what I'm saying?
And that's another thing that school started as well. And if this person who took her, because like the article stated that it was possibly someone who likes to watch kids, so then that means it could have been anybody who likes to watch kids. It could have been somebody who randomly just goes to the park, has no involvement in the schools, and just likes to see kids. Or it could be somebody who actually teaches in the school, and because of course they're all around children. It could be the maintenance people that work around the school area on the fields. I mean, and they like to watch kids. And now that school is starting, hopefully maybe one of them resemble the sketch that was given, or the first description that was given without a sketch. So think about that as well when looking into information about Dulce, because obviously somebody had to do it, because there was no how do you call that, sinkholes. There was no, what do you call that, dirt that sucks you in. Somebody took her, and somebody knows who took her. There's no way nobody knows in Christian, because let me tell you something. Christian is just about 6 miles long, and it's so funny because even when you look into people's profiles and stuff like that, the extent of even 30 to 40 people down the road, they still know somebody from those 30 or 40 people. So it seems like everybody kind of knows somebody from the same circle, but don't actually know each other. So somebody has to know something, and there's a guy out there that's just acting real off, making probably promises that he can't keep at the moment, and he's the one that needs to get looked into. And the mom of those 2 children that were at the park that day with that gentleman, you haven't even came forward yet. It could have been how about if they didn't take Dulce and he ended up taking your daughter, or doing something to your daughter that night? I mean, because it said it was a boy and then it was a girl, and then Dulce is the one that gets taken. I mean, it could have been your child that night. And for you still not to come forward as a mom and say, hey, my 2 kids were there, because if 2 kids were there, where's that mom at who still has not even came forward yet? The mom of those kids, because you would know if your kids were at the park. You would know if somebody took your kids to the park. Now, and you would know also because your kid would have told you, I went to the park and I had fun. Unless the person told them to keep a secret that they went to the park that day. But you would still...
Unless it's a single father.
Yeah.
That could be a possibility.
A single father too. I believe it, but I'm pretty sure there was a mom involved in that. And with them 2 kids. But that's what we wanted to say for right now, because we kind of missed yesterday.
Yeah, this is just basically a makeup video. We decided to go on live to make up for yesterday, because we didn't come on yesterday. Sometimes life gets in the way, and there were some things that we needed to handle on a personal level. So we was unable to come on live yesterday. So this was just something quick that we decided to put together to kind of like inform, people about, the 10 things that we all should know about child sex trafficking, and how this could have been what happened to Dulce. You understand what I'm saying? Because this thing can happen here in our soil in America. Sometimes we think that it can't happen, to us, and it can happen to any of us. So we really need to be aware. But we'll come back on tonight sometime.
Yes, with a better live. This was just because it's the first day of school.
We was basically just making up for yesterday, being that we didn't come on yesterday. So we'll come on later on this evening, and we'll be more organized, and we'll speak on Dulce. And like I said, if you guys have any suggestions, you can email myself or Brenda, and we'll be glad to to use your ideas as well. And what I would like to do is have the phone lines open and have some of you guys participate, what I'm saying, as well, be part of the content.
Yeah, I agree. Right. If you have a question, instead of actually writing it down on the comment, call it in. We'll give you a 10-minute
right, well,
on your question.
All right, so with that said, we will catch y'all later on. If you're not a subscriber, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button on your way out. And again, send us an email or right there in the comment section. Let us, give us some ideas on topics, and we'll discuss that. And again, phone lines are always open when I'm on live, so feel free to call in, as we're in the middle of our content, and as long as it's relevant to the topic, I'll be glad to take your call. With that said, make it a good day. We'll catch y'all later. One love.